How would you like to know the #1 place to hide your valuables that an intruder, a burglar will never ever find? It is here, and I promise you're not going to guess it. I'm a former CIA officer. I've had to hide valuables, places, cash, gold, silver, because it's important to have it for emergencies. I've had to bribe the police overseas, and I know how important it is, again, to be able to have multiple ways to obtain money in multiple places to get money. So I'm going to show you the #1 place that I hide my money. So let me tell you now I'm going to confuse you. The 2 ways I hide my money. I have a big gun safe in my house. Inside that gun safe, I do have cash for emergencies. I do have gold. I do have silver, right? That is easy to get to. I open up the safe, it's there. My wife is always raiding it when she's trying to go, hey, I need some cash for something. We replenish that money. What I'm about to show you right now is stuff that you never plan to touch. Okay? This is for a true extreme emergency. And one of the most important things when it comes to hiding this money you're never gonna touch, this cash, this gold, this silver, is you wanna hide it in plain sight and you wanna make it hard to get to. If it's super easy to get to, well then guess what? An intruder might be able to find it too. So for instance, let's say you put a box in your garage and you're like, hey, I'm gonna have 2 blankets, and underneath that blanket, I'm gonna have a bunch of cash and gold and silver in a box. Well, that's easy to get to, right? Make it a pain in the butt, because when an intruder breaks into your house, they quickly want to go find your valuables. They're not going to stay there for 2 hours. They're not going to look through everything, which is why you've got to make it a pain in the butt to get to. So here we go. I'm going to show you. So this is one of my places. This is a storage room. This storage room is exactly how it is. I mean, I haven't touched this. I haven't moved it for the video or anything. This is, you see what you get. We've got, like, this here is one of our air mattresses. All these boxes are my canned meat. You should have canned meat. You should have pork. You should have beef. You should have chicken. You should have turkey. So you have it there. This is one of our survival buckets, our food grade buckets for putting grains in. So like wheat, rice, whatever else. What else we got here? Oh, well, let me tell you, before I go to this, the Joe Theismann story. You're gonna want to hear the Joe Theismann story. So this is a football, Washington Redskins football, signed by Joe Theismann. I was born and raised in the Washington, D.C. area. I was a huge Joe Theismann fan growing up. So fast forward, I'm in my 30s. This was about 10 years ago. And a friend of mine is a friend with Joe Theismann's. I'm at this friend's house and Joe Theismann happens to come over. So we chalk, he's super nice, and he signs a football for me. So I have this Joe Theismann football in my office, in my basement. I've got kids, they're always grabbing it, whatever. I've got 7 kids. So one of the things that my wife and I do on our date nights, you're gonna see how super romantic it is we usually go to Chili's or Applebee's, and then we go to the thrift store. We go to the thrift store because she likes to get books for our kids, and I go and just look for survival gadgets, right? Well, they have this glass case area at the thrift store, and I go look at it, and it's just got random things. So I'm staring at the glass case, and at the end I see a football which happens to look like this. So I go closer to the glass case, and sure enough, it is a football that says, "To Jason, best wishes, Joe Theismann." So I go over to my wife and I'm like, what in the heck is going on? Why is my Joe Theismann football in this glass case at the thrift store?
And she was like, oh, well, the kids kept playing with it. I was trying to clean up. I got a bunch of stuff. And I put it, I donated it to the thrift store.
It's called DI, where we live in Utah, but goodwill to everybody else. So my wife, and I said, you didn't see the signature that said, "To Jason, best wishes"? So I'm sitting there staring at this glass case, the Joe Theismann football they want $20 with, and I'm being cheap at that moment. I'm like, I don't want to spend $20 to rebuy my own football. And so this worker comes by and he's like,
"Hey, I see you're staring at that football. You want it?"
I said, well, funny story. It's actually mine. My wife get away. And then he was like,
"Well, hey, just take it."
Because he was like, yeah, where was he from? He was from Maryland. So he was like,
"Yeah, I love the Redskins too. Just take it."
I told him the story. I was like, nah, let me give you some money. Because then I felt guilty because it was a thrift store and the money goes to good cause. But he ended up giving it to me. I got my Joe Theismann football back. No thanks to my wife who gave it away at the thrift store. All right. Enough being said, now back to the #1 place to hide your stuff. So we got to move this out of the way, because what did I say at the very beginning? You want to make it hard to get to. If you have a burglar or an intruder and it's super easy to get to, well, they can run off with it quicker. So if it's a super pain in the butt for you to get to that cash and gold, well, guess what? It's going to be a super pain in the butt for the burglar too. Probably never going to get to it. Let's see, what do we have in this one? This one we have toolbox, camping stove, one of these summer showers, I have a rangefinder, a bunch of my survival supplies. Okay, get that out of the way. So what is this here? This is my number 10 cans of food storage. You can see we got pinto beans, Great Northern beans, refried beans, white rice, Here's some baby blankets. I don't know, we randomly put stuff in places. So we're getting closer. I gotta get you to that food storage, right? So we'll just put this right here. Not easy to do. These number 10 cans, and I'm gonna open up a box for you in a minute, are heavy, but they are great food storage. I have several months worth of food storage of these number 10 cans for every single member of my family. Let me get this blanket out of the way. We got violins. No, nobody in my family knows how to play violin, but my wife's grandma died and had them, and we inherited them. So they stay in our storage and will collect dust probably for the next gazillion years. More food storage. What do we got here? Great northern beans. Pinto beans. All right, here's what I want you to see. I'm gonna come and focus in here. So notice that dry black beans is upside down. It is upside down for a reason. So I can remember where I stored my cash and gold. So that's why I do that. So this is the upside down one. Let me pull out one of my trusty knives. We're gonna open this box up. Of course, it is sealed. So let's open this up without cutting myself and blocking the camera too much. Okay, every single one of these number 10 cans, it comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 cans, a ton of food, a lot of food, and they throw in one of these lids, one of these white lids per 6, and I wrote black beans on it because it's black beans. So here we have black beans. You can see this is full of black beans. Right? Where is something I need a bag so I don't make a total mess. Hold on, I'm gonna jump off camera. I have these Ziploc bags. I love these Ziploc bags. These are the 2-gallon ones, the huge ones, and I just use them for all kinds of survival gear. For stuff in my bug out bag, for all kinds of things. So we'll use that. Let me throw that back out of the way. All right, 2-gallon Ziploc bag. We got my black beans. I was gonna say great northern beans, 30-year shelf life, good beans. And guess what? We're gonna pour some of it out, right? So if you find it, this is all you're gonna see. You're gonna see beans, which is obviously supposed to be in there. So let's pour it out a bit. Okay, now we get to what we really wanna see. Let me shake all the beans off of them. Yes, I hide some of my cash, some of my gold, some of my silver in a can of survival food. Because who in the world is gonna find it? Who in the world is gonna look there? Now I know what you're thinking. I know I'm gonna get a bunch of comments in the below that
Say, hey, you idiot, now I know where you store your food. Now I know what.
Well, one, good luck finding this location. I don't own my house in my own name. It's owned in an LLC. I own no houses in my own name. I own no bug out land in my own name. Two, you would have to get past my alarm system. You'd have to get past my perimeter alarms, and you'd have to get past me with a lot of guns. So I wouldn't recommend it. But anyways, in my, and I didn't seal the bag full and we got beans all over the floor. Okay, so what do I have in here? I'll show you some of the stuff that I hide. Also important note about this. Remember, I have cash and gold and silver stored in various places. So in an absolute crazy worst case scenario, if somehow somebody got past my perimeter alarm, my security alarm, my guns, and all that kind of stuff, and knew the exact can in the exact place, well, guess what? I have gold and silver other places. I never put all of my eggs in one basket, and I don't recommend you do either. So first, we've got some cash. We got 20s. We got several hundreds. I think, what is there, like a little over $2,000 worth of cash that I put in this one? Around $2,000 worth of cash, give or take. So plenty of money for a family emergency. And remember, because I'm former CIA, because I know how important it is to have cash and gold and silver for emergencies, this is not the only one. So I've got 2,000 here, I got 2,000 in another location, so on and so on. And no, I didn't do it overnight. I've got 7 kids. Kids are expensive. I slowly and surely built up my emergency supply funds. So about $2,000 of cash there. Then I have, going this one. This one, if I can get the cap off, gold coins. So this is a few gold coins. These are the 1/4 ounce. I want to say they're like $750 each, give or take. So a couple $1,000s in gold coins there. And then let me go here. I have some silver coins, and these are 1.5 ounce silver coins. It is the whale shark. No, I have no idea what a whale shark is, but these are Australian whale shark 1.5 ounce silver coins, and I still have a bunch in the tube there. So I've got that for bartering purposes for a lower denomination. So I would consider, if you don't have cash, if you don't have gold, if you don't have silver, stored around, stash it. You never know what's gonna happen. Put it in various sundry places. Make it hard to get to. If you plan a place and you go look there and you think you have to get there and you're like, crap, I do not wanna have to get there. If you don't think that, then you haven't hidden it well enough. Because now I gotta put all this stuff back. Now I've gotta reseal everything. It's like, it's a pain in the butt. That is the way it should be. You don't wanna make it easy to get to. It's not like the money in my safe where my wife opens the safe and always takes cash out there for who knows what. This one, I know she's not going to, so it's so hard. So please protect yourself. You never know what's going to happen. Because I'm asked 1,000,001 times, the place that I get my gold, the place to get my silver is a place called Advantage Gold. I vetted them. I trusted them. Go to goldprotects.com. If you want to go to Advantage Gold, they'll take good care of you. You can mention my name if you want or not. Doesn't matter to me. Either way, store your cash and gold and silver. You never know what's going to happen. God bless you. God bless America. I'm former CIA Officer Jason Hanson. Hope you learned a thing or two today. And please subscribe.